So I'm quickly going to talk about Super Formula's second round at Fuji. That is what there was of it. That's because I'm ill at the moment, and it's actually better for me to talk about something like that, because I could just talk about it in a single take like I have done with some of the other videos I've been doing while I've been ill. Because there's not much to discuss, really. In fact, yeah, I sat there watching it as the first race was just run behind the safety car until after, what, dozen or so laps, half dozen or so laps, they just called it. I mean, I feel a bit for Shinkoide, who would have picked up some points, but I think he would have picked up some points. I think he was in the top 10, wasn't he? And then had to pit because the camera fell off the car and then finished last. But hey, Sasha Fenestras gets a win. Follows up the first podium of the season in Sugo with a win. Granted, it was because he was in pole position and they were run behind the safety car the whole time, but you have to take those opportunities when you get them, and he did. Shota Tsuboi was very lucky as well, in that he was able to get second as a result, and extend that championship lead going into the finale in Suzuka to 14.5 points. Kanosho Otta was promoted up into second in the championship following it, is now on 90, and Sayumi Uwasa is now on joint second. He was meant to start at the back, but because of Koidi's pit stop, got promoted to 21st. If there was a day to not score any points, it would be a day where partial points are awarded. Now granted, 14.5 points, that can just fall apart over a single race, because it's a maximum of 23 points per race. But if all goes well for Shota Tsuboi in the first race at Suzuka, he could walk away from it as champion. And that would be an interesting way to retain the crown. He did have the same kind of hit or miss season as others have had around him. He hasn't had the same kind of highs and lows in terms of luck. But I know if you're looking at, for example, Team Tom's team, they will be quite happy with what happened at the end of that, because it meant that with Makino and Otta down in 4th and 7th, they're now in a similar position. In fact, it is, 15.5 points. It's only 1 point more, the gap between Team Tom's and Team Dandelion, than the gap between Tsuboi and Otta and Iwasa. So maybe Fenestras is able to have that continued luck and continued good fortune into the final one of Suzuka, because he didn't have that the first time around this year, did he, at Suzuka? And hopefully that round also runs as well, because you know what the weather can be like that time of year in Suzuka. But I think the way that they covered it was quite good. Sitting down and watching the broadcast, like with the first one, because it was rain, they ran down the clock. They ran it down. I think the whole broadcast was over 5 hours long. So they just went, okay, we'll try and get out, get running. Nope, it's too wet. Let's wait a bit. Okay, it looks better now. Let's go back out. Nope, we're wrong. And I like it when they do that, because then they're quite clear about it. It feels a bit more transparent than, say, Spa 2021 in F1, which still feels strange. It still feels strange now. The entire everything around it. But with the second one, they were like, yeah, we just can't run it. You can't see anything. And when you see the broadcast, you're like, oh my gosh, you can't see a thing. So fair play to them and all of that. As for me, I'm glad that I'm able to just sit down and do this video, because it means I got something okay to talk about for a few minutes before I go off and record another video. Especially when I'm ill, it makes life a lot easier. I don't know when I'm going to do the review for Suzuka. Hopefully it'll be in the weekend of the race. If not, the weekend after. Or the week after even. We'll wait and see, eh? Thanks for watching, folks. And until next time, it's bye for now.